So this is group discussion session when we would be answering your question regarding the concern or analysis of any concern that you may think of. So it would be you who would be asking question.
Sir, could you please give an example of the disadvantages of the processes? Like, আমরা বুঝতে পারছি না কোনটা করব বা কি।
I should not say disadvantages of the processes, because all the processes are there so that the task can be done properly. So there is no disadvantages of processes, but there are some concern, there are some problems. Okay, so for an example, in case of process number 1, that was basic data entry, the limitations, or maybe I should say the concern is it is taking long time to gather data. So my concern is it took me huge amount of time to gather the data from different sources. So this is my concern. Okay, now why this concern is there? If you analyze the concern, then you will find that to gather data, I need to access different website or different sources. These sources always are not up-to-date sources. So currently, if you want to get data for 2020 for Bangladesh GDP or energy related data, you will never get those data. So you will get data 1 year or 2 year back data would be available to you. Nevertheless, other problems are there. For example, I want to get the right amount for data regarding imported energy. Now, data regarding imported energy is not there what should I say, in our Bangladesh Statistics Bureau of Statistics. They don't keep information of LC related data. So for that you have to contact to some related person, maybe in revenue or maybe in banks. There are few person who might give you the data regarding the import export. So those person, from there you can gather those data. So data collection, from where to collect data, that is a big question. So we have to explore all possible sources. It is a time consuming process. Second of all the data are not available on time, so we need to push the people who are associated with this data. So from there, collecting data is again a painful process. Third of all, Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics print out all the data, or the PDF version of the data are mostly in Bangla format. So it is not also possible to get or copy the data directly from their site to our website. So and again, gathering the exact data that we want, it is also tedious. If I found the report, again from the report I have to get it out. This is again a tedious process. So altogether, these 4 or 5 agendas make the process difficult or make the process lengthy in nature. That's why it consumes huge amount of time.
Okay.
Any further query?
স্যার এগুলো তো স্যার প্রবলেম ছিল স্যার, আমাদের এখন নতুন করে যেহেতু প্রবলেম গুলার সলিউশন গুলা করতে হবে স্যার। আপনার রিপোর্টের যে টেমপ্লেটটা ছিল, টেমপ্লেট ওয়াইজলি হচ্ছিল আমাদের এটা সলিউশনের মানে প্রবলেম গুলো স্টেট করার পরে হচ্ছিল আরেকটা 6 এলিমেন্ট অ্যানালাইসিস বানাতে হবে এবং বিপিএমএন বানাতে হবে।
রাইট,
ওইটা স্যার অ্যাকচুয়ালি কিভাবে করব, এইটার একটু একটা গাইডেন্স ভালো হতো।
you know how to do BPMN?
Yes, sir.
So I think there is no problem of drawing BPMN. Now think about it. In basic data entry, we have mentioned that it is tedious because gathering the data or looking for the source, it's a complex process. So you have to do something in that activity. So how you will optimize this activity, that is up to you. So whatever you do, definitely now it won't be me looking for the sources of data, isn't it? If you really want to optimize the process, you have to come up with some other process, some other activities. So thus, the activity that we have drawn will change. So this is basically what we mean by 2B system. Based on the
Yes, sir.
solution, you have to come up with the new diagram.
Yes, sir.
So it's not only 6-element analysis. You need to start with rich picture, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Any concern? Any more questions?
Could you, sir, give me an example where it could be improved? Like one example would like probably guide us to the right path. One example of how, we,
Okay.
like just one could be enough to just understand the thing.
Okay. I think like you want me to give you solution, right?
Just one of them, so that like we know the right path. Just one place, so that we know that we are going to the right path.
Okay. So okay, let me give you some example. First of all, as I have mentioned, the task is difficult because they need to explore for possible sources of data, right? And getting the data from different sources and inputting the data using appropriate form is also a tedious process. Why
Yes,
these are
sir.
tedious? Why these are tedious? I already have mentioned. That part is clear, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now, if you think, or if I think, there are many other units in the government. For example, Bureau of Statistics. They are collecting the same data, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
They are collecting. Now, if I somehow make some sort of negotiation with them, saying, you are collecting data, you collect data, use my system, input the data, and the system will produce a desired output for you so that you can print the data and you can archive the data in your data center or in your website. Okay, so are you getting the point?
Probably, sir. It's like manually
So
getting the data from the people.
no. What I'm saying, let's say, I'm saying, okay, just let me give you some other example, not from here, and I
Yes,
will be
sir.
coming
Okay.
back to this particular example just after completion of the registration one. Initially, in the registration system, what we used to do, we used to gather manual form from the student, or in the admission test, we need to collect manual form from the student. That is what we used to do.
Yes, sir.
Clear? So you are filling the form. Now, after filling the form, what I will do? You tell me.
You will input the data from the to the database manually.
Very good, very good. So I will enter the data from the form that you have filled in my database and store the data.
Yes, sir.
So is it a tedious process or not?
Yes, it is very tedious to do it
So
all of them by hand.
for me, it is tedious. Why it is tedious? Because I need to read your handwriting and enter the data in the system.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, it is tedious for you because you have to you have to fill up the form using pen
This, sir.
manually. So it is tedious for you. Now, what is the solution? The solution is, okay, I am giving you an interface. I am allowing you to enter in my system and input the data for yourself. Now, when
This,
you are inputting the data, what is happening? You are inputting the data, the time that it would take for you is same, almost similar to what it was,
yes, sir.
but it reduced time for me because I don't need to do anything.
Yep. Because I'm already inputting the data into
Because
the database directly.
exactly. So I'm saying this kind of arrangement can be done with other government agencies who have data. But For doing this, what we need to do, we need to provide them some service.
Oh,
That
we
okay,
need to show-
you enter the data in my system, and from my system, I will the system will produce a output, a report for you that you are looking for.
Acha, so let me make this clear. So what I understood from this is the people who we are collecting the data from,
Right.
so we will make an interface for them so that they can directly input the data into the system, so that we don't have to go and collect them from each and every one of them and then put it manually into the system, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, okay.
So that can be done. That is one way of solving the problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Other way of solving the problem is maybe we can input, we can have new personnel. That means additional people can be engaged, but there are some limitations. You can't have additional people within very small amount of time. Then we can go for some other option. For example, we can outsource data sourcing and data collection job. We can outsource
Yes,
that
that
part.
is true. Yeah.
So these are some mechanisms through which you can design your proposed solution.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
If this is fine, then I believe you don't have any other, you have no other queries, right?
Not me.
No, sir.
No
Sir,
more questions.
Sir, please.
Sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, could you please explain, like, give us an idea about the existing business system? Like, we are not getting it. Like, what we are supposed to give as a solution? Like, what is our existing system?
I believe I have shown you the existing system, right? Where it consists of 5.
Yes, sir, but you are asking us to describe it. Sir,
Oh, okay. Okay, you will describe the overall processes and highlight some of the activities. Like
Okay.
the very first thing in the existing business, you have to describe the process followed by a rich picture. So rich picture. So in other case, you can simply say you have to describe the rich picture. So after description, you will get the rich picture, or I could say, if you have the rich picture, then explain the rich picture. So whatever you think is better, you can do in that direction or that way. The main agenda is I need to have a description, maybe 2 to 3 paragraph of description, or maybe you can have 5 paragraph because you have 5 processes of description followed by the rich picture, so that people can understand what is going on in the rich picture.
Okay, sir.
স্যার আমাদের কি দুইটা পিকচার থাকবে? একটা হচ্ছে আপনার যখন আমরা এক্সিস্টিং বিজনেস সিস্টেম কনসিডার করব তখন একটা রিস্ক পিকচার, দেন যখন প্রপোজড বিজনেস সিস্টেমটা কনসিডার করব তখন আরেকটা রিস্ক পিকচার।
Correct. Yes. So already I have given you one rich picture. So you have to.
আমরা তো একটা প্রসেস 1 জাস্ট বেসিক ডেটা এন্ট্রির জন্য আমরা রিস্ক পিকচারটা মানে কনসিডার করছি। মানে
Sorry, you are not right. The rich picture has been created for the whole process, not only for the basic data entry. You can see in the rich picture there are verification, validation, sub-project data is coming, report generation, report hand template settings, so everything is there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So rich picture is for the complete system. It's not for a process. Is it okay?
স্যার ভেরিফিকেশনের জন্য আমরা স্যার যদি প্রবলেম দেখতে চাই, যদি প্রবলেম চিন্তা করি স্যার, তাহলে স্যার এখানে স্যার প্রবলেমটা কি, মানে কি টাইপের প্রবলেম হতে পারে বলতে পারবেন? আমার কাছে যেটা মনে হচ্ছে যে স্যার আমার এখানে টাইম লাগতেছে বেশি, কারণ হচ্ছে আমার প্রত্যেকটা জিনিস ম্যানুয়ালি চেক করতে হচ্ছে।
True. So we have to check manually. So if there is right, right, true. So not only manually, there are some other issues. For example, the unit related problems are there. So for
Yes, sir.
example, in some cases you have entered the amount in terms of thousand, in some cases in terms of million, in some cases in terms of billion. So these units need to be unified. So whenever you are entering the data, you must need to think of the unit. At the same time, some places it is dozen, some places it is pieces. So dozen and pieces are basically not same. In some places you can see it is in kg, in some places it is metric ton. So these two are the units, but if you see in the number, all of the cases you will get whole number, but these two doesn't go, these two are not same. So these are some other concerns for validation and verification is there, and you need to handle those problems, the unit problems.
সাপোজ স্যার আমি ইউনিট প্রবলেমটা স্যার যে কোনো একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ডাইজ ইউনিট সিলেক্ট করে আমি ওটাতে লাইক একটা লাইক সাপোজ আমি আমার জন্য বলছি সলিউশন যদি হয় এরকম হতে পারে যে আমি একটা কনভার্টিং একটা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন অ্যাড ইন করে দিলাম ড্যাশের সাথে যেটা
Very good.
অটোমেটিক্যালি
Very good, very good. That means you are saying whatever the unit is possible for weight, any unit possible, I will store all the unit in my database, and I will select the unit that is there from where I am collecting the data. And when the data has been entered, there should be a conversion function mechanism inbuilt in my software, which will convert it to whatever measurement I want to convert it to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is a very good idea. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, sir. Sir, then in the MIS data migration part, আমরা স্যার এখানে ডেটা গুলা স্যার তো এখানে সবগুলা স্যার অটোমেটিক্যালি সবকিছুই এসে পড়ছে স্যার। তো আমার এখানে তেমন লাইক আমার টাইম নিয়েও তো কনসার্ন হচ্ছে না স্যার, তাহলে এখানে প্রবলেম কি নেই কোনো?
Okay. Now let me provide you some problems regarding the sub project data. So
Yes, sir.
So think about it, like when you are talking about validation and verification of which data we are talking about in the second process. It was GDP or energy related data, isn't it? Which we have entered.
Yes, sir.
So when anyone is entering data manually, there is a chance of error, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when in MIS the data has been collected, there definitely is a chance of error in MIS.
Okay, sir.
So that error or that wrong data may come or may already have come to my system in Dash.
Okay, sir.
So how to identify those
Sir,
errors?
sir,
That means, for example, let me complete. Then it would be better if you ask a question. So, for example, we are collecting production data. From the clients,
yes,
right? Saying, they are basically entering the production every year, let's say. So they have entered their production for last 3 to 4 years. Production is there. Now, if I found on the 5th year the production is double than other years, then should I trigger that why the production has increased that significantly?
Yes, sir.
I could do that. So yes, it might happen that their production has increased, but whenever any discrepancies come to my attention, that means there is a normal flow. If there is something that is the data that doesn't follow the normal flow, then I can make some triggers. Some validation conditions could be written by me, which will check with the normal and found the outliers, and those outliers needs to be verified.
Yes, sir.
So this could be one of the problem.
Yes, sir.
So same with the energy data. So I am saying about production data. Production data should be checked. Energy data should be checked, right?
Yes, sir. স্যার আমরা অ্যাজ আ সলিউশন এটার জন্য স্যার আমরা তাহলে স্যার সব ডেটাগুলো যদি একদম ডাইরেক্ট ইনিশিয়ালি আমি ভ্যালিডেশনের জন্য পাঠাই, ভ্যালিডেশনটা করে যদি যে ভ্যালিডেট
the thing is, in the MIS, we are not considering MIS, right? So yes,
sir.
you are right. If we could have validation condition in MIS, then it would be better. But
Yes.
MIS is not within our concern. MIS is not within our scope. That's why whatever we need to do, we have to do it in Dash.
Yes, sir. Got it.
You're right. We could have written these rules in MIS, but that is not within our scope. So we can't do that.
Okay, sir. Sir, then about the build and update reporting templates. Sir, do we actually need a Shredder user to build a report and the templates? Because sir, এগুলো তো স্যার automatically স্যার ডেভেলপারই শুরুর দিকে বানানোর কথা।
What I mean by template is basically it gives a guideline, right?
Yes, sir.
How many chapters should be there in a report? Now, if you
Okay, sir.
think carefully, currently I might think of there should be 4 chapters in the report. Later on, I might decide there should be 8 chapters in the report because my project has increased or the scope of my project has increased. So I am involving in many other projects. So in that way, I could see the requirement could be there to change the template of the report. So those are not, we are not currently able to handle this problem because we have a fixed report format.
Yes, sir.
So that might be that might be helpful for the user so that user know they can customize. Otherwise, what they need to do, they need to go to the programmer each and every time whenever any change request in the template is required. And
Okay.
each and every time that the programmer will charge them. So why not having interactive way or dynamic way of generating the template?
ওকে স্যার। স্যার তাহলে স্যার যদি আমি এখানে তাহলে টেমপ্লেটে তো স্যার সবকিছু তো সে নিজেই করতে পারতেছে, ঠিক না?
I didn't get you. সবকিছু নিজে করতে পারছে, what do you mean by that?
মানে স্যার সে নিজেই তো স্যার টেমপ্লেটটা বানাতে পারছে সবকিছু।
Yes, I want them to create the template. Yes, correct.
সো তাহলে স্যার এখানে আমি কোনো প্রবলেম দেখছি না যেটা ফেস করতে পারে, কারণ এভরিথিং ইজ গোইং অন।
No. Here they are working on a fixed template.
ওকে স্যার, বুঝছি
They
স্যার।
are working with a fixed template. Like for example, they have 7 chapters. They can't add new chapters. There is 7 chapters, but yes, the name of the chapters they can change, but they have to work with only 7 chapters. Yes, they also can remove some chapters. So they can disable some chapter, but they can't add more than 7 chapters in a report. So I want to, this is one of the concern I think, they want to add more chapters or more section in the report. So the template need to be updated. So they should be able to add template if they want.
ওকে স্যার। স্যার রিপোর্ট জেনারেশন, স্যার এটা তো স্যার তাহলে আবার যে রিপোর্ট জেনারেশনের সাথে লিঙ্ক হচ্ছে, কারণ আমার তো স্যার বেসিক্যালি যে রিপোর্ট জেনারেট করবে তার যদি কোনো কিছু এক্সট্রা লাগে, সে তো স্যার এটা আপনার বিল্ড এন্ড আপডেট যে টিমটা স্যার শ্রেডার ইউজারের তাদেরকে জানাবে, তারা তারপরে আপডেট করবে, অনেকটা এরকম না?
Sorry, আমি বুঝিনি what মানে why should I users will update?
স্যার বেসিক্যালি স্যার এখানে রিপোর্ট টেমপ্লেট গুলো শ্রেডার ইউজার বানাচ্ছে আর আপডেট করছে। স্যার সাপোজ আমার মানে লাইক যারা রিপোর্ট জেনারেট করছে তারা বললো যে আমার এই এক্সট্রা জিনিসটা দরকার।
No. This doesn't happen in that way. So the requirement most of the time is coming from the higher authorities.
Okay, sir. So the policy maker.
From policy maker or from other shader users who are in the big position. So they instruct that government wants us to display this segment. So how can we incorporate this particular segment in our report? So this requirement mostly coming from the higher authorities of the shader, but they are shader user as well. So once these information is coming, then what they do, they basically call the developers. Okay, we want this module to incorporate. So developers add this module and charge them. So this is basically how things are going on. Now what we want to have a customized way in the report template setting so that they can add a section whenever it is required. And this section is, since it is a dynamic section, we for the time being would be able to add only text or some description, or maybe if you want some tables, those can be added. So we want to make a dynamic template setting module that can help us to control the template of the report.
Okay, sir.
Any question from generation report?
Sir, proposed system means after solving the problem, when we draw a risk picture or again analysis, 6 elements analysis. Is this right, sir?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
So you have to do all the things that we have done so far. That means you have to draw a rich picture for the proposed solution. You have to perform 6-element analysis for the proposed solution. You have to conduct process diagram, or you have to draw the process diagram for each of the processes where you have made some changes. In case you haven't made any changes in a particular process, you can keep that process as is, and you can mention that without writing the same thing again and again. Okay?
Yes, sir. স্যার তাহলে তো আমরা যে ক্লাসে তো একটা রিস্ক পিকচার অলরেডি করে ফেলছি, এখন হচ্ছে আমাদের 2B এর জন্য যে রিস্ক পিকচার ওটা ড্র করতে হবে।
Correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So can we stop
Sir,
this session?
I
Right.
had a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, report generation এর জন্য কি problems হতে পারে? Could you give an example?
Okay, in report generation there are many problems. So currently the report, there are some diagrams are there which are static in nature, especially the supply demand. There is a figure which is basically static in nature. So this is one of the concern. We want to find out, for example, company, whenever you are lending money, the company need to understand this money will be, what is the return on investment period, or what is the ROI, what is the payback period for the loan. So let's say I'm giving you loan for 5 taka and you are supposed to gain money out of that, then you must need to understand how long it will take me to get the money. It might happen you will never get the money back, but you would be paying me the interest, so that investment is not right investment for you. Correct? So
Yes, sir.
we want to find out we want to incorporate some kind of statistical analysis like that, ROI, return on investment period, these kind of things we want to get. So how can we get that? Any idea?
No, sir. Through our report, I don't have any idea.
Okay, think about it. For a project, you have a cost, right? You are asking money for a project, right?
Yes, sir.
When you have come for loan, you have asked for a amount of money. So that is your investment. This is what you need to pay.
Okay, sir.
Now think about it. You already have given 3 types of energy related information. What is the baseline? That means what is the existing energy data, and what is the proposed, and what is actual. So difference between baseline or existing and actual will be what? Will be your saving.
Yes.
So this much you can save.
Yes, sir.
So if you can save this much in a year, then to get the money back, how many years is required? Can you find it out?
Okay, sir. There has to be some mathematical terms as well.
There has to be some mathematical terms, but are you
So
getting the point? Like,
so we can, sir, we can again include a application which will convert uh, the loan interest percent, and which will basically give a স্পেসিফিক ডেট যে দিনের মধ্যে আর কি স্যার আমাদের আর কি টাকাটা ফেরত পেতে হবে, এরকম একটা ডেট অটোমেটিক্যালি জেনারেট করবে, এরকম একটা কিছু।
মানে I don't want it to be generated. I want some ROI related activities. Like there are some, if you research on that, you will definitely get return on investment can be simple. Return on investment can be denoted by some line, straight line. So that straight line will be showing like how much money I have. Let's say for an example, I have taken 100 taka from you. Okay, in first year I have saved 5 taka. Okay, then basically what is my status after 1 year? What is my loan status after 1 year?
Okay, sir. It must have the history, like what happened before and what is the current state and what might
Yes. Because in one of the major part of the system to collect basic existing data, actual data, and projected data. So the difference between actual and existing is basically your saving.
Yes.
Let me show you one example of such. So can you see the Excel file?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's say this is my 0th year. That means I just have taken loan. So the loan amount is, let's say, 100 taka. This is my profit. The profit I am making. The profit I could make by increasing my sale and saving my energy, right?
Yes.
So on first year, because this loan amount is basically I'm taking on the 0 year. On first year I have started getting profit. So let assume I have made profit of 100 taka. So here the status on 0th year should be minus so why minus? Because this is my status. I owe you money, right? Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I am basically saying that you will get money from me. That's why I kept this figure as negative in first year. So this was the money that I am supposed to pay you, and this is the profit. That means I have gained some money out of it. So current status would be like this. Can you follow
Okay.
this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the second year, because the production has increased further, energy cost has reduced further, so I'm making better profit. On third year, I'm just giving you some idea, okay? On third year, this is my saving or this is my profit. So I'm getting this way, let's say on fourth year, 30, fifth year. This is just an example. There is nothing it can maybe in real world this might not happen, but let me just put it like this is the data that is there. So you can see like within 5th year I am getting the money back, but in many cases it could be 30 years, 40 years it might happen. But here the example that I have, from here I could say I am getting the money back in by 5th year. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to draw a diagram, so this is basically line chart showing me in this year. Let me change the. So I could see in between 4th and 5th year, somewhere here, I'm getting the money back, right? So
Yes, sir.
this is a chart that can help me. This is basically known as simple return on investment chart. Okay. You can browse net and you can get many other options, many other things. So this is basically one of the key information that we might need to provide the lender. Okay.
Okay, sir.
In generation report, as I have mentioned in the very first point, we have mentioned about incorporating some other agencies who will enter data for us, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
if you incorporate someone, then basically you need to be able to provide them some output.
Yes, sir.
That means for generation of report, there should be something for them as well. So those additional modules need to be developed. The template need to be updated. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any further query? Any more questions?
So do we have any more problem with the report part? Like the policymakers and the business analytics?
That is not there with the report part, I think. That is not there with the report part. But there are many other problems. Should I mention one more?
Sir, it would be better.
Okay. Let me use the Excel file for that purpose as well. I hope you can see the Excel file, right?
Yes, sir.
So the next problem that we have is known as product mix. So as I have mentioned, let's say this is year 1. This is consumption. This is production. Let's say in first year I have 10 unit of consumption, second year 12, 13, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 10, 25, 12, 13, 15. Now, as I have mentioned, whenever you will be analyzing the data, right? I already have mentioned that. If you analyze this data, let's say in a graphical format, in this way, the consumption, can you see this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you can see like this is the normal range of the data. So we can see from 10 to 15 data are lying, but all on a sudden it reached to 25. So this kind of analysis gives you what? Gives you a hint there might be error in data in this particular case, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is something like validation conditions or whatever validation checking should be done in this way, so that we know is there any problem with the data or not. Then let's say let's enter few more data here. So let's say in production 10, let's say it's 100 pieces, 20 pieces, 135 pieces, 125 pieces, 150 pieces, 12 is 90 pieces, 15 is the 165 pieces, 12 is 130 pieces, 10 is 120 pieces, 25 is 500 pieces, 12 is 130 pieces, 150 pieces, 170 pieces. So let me get rid of this diagram. From insert, let me have these two. Okay. Can you now follow what is going on here?
Yes, sir.
So I could see on 10th year, there is a peak of energy consumption as well as there is a peak of production. If both are peak, what does that mean?
Production and consumption is the same.
Yes, that means is there any error in the data or there is no error in the data?
There's an error.
No, there might not be any error in the data.
Because consumption
Because you
and
know,
production same.
exactly, because production is proportionate to consumption, isn't it?
Yes,
So
sir.
if production increases, consumption should go up. Okay, so this is basically where we could see like these data are not inconsistent. Based on this chart, we can see that. Or if you want, we can have a ratio which is known as intensity. So finally, we can have a chart on intensity. This is an intensity chart. Okay, what does that mean to us? Ki bujhachhe eta? What is it? Intensity is showing how efficient I am, right? So if it is going up is efficient or going down is efficient?
Going down is efficient.
Very good. Going down is efficient. So I could see on 6th year, the performance was degraded, right?
Yes, sir.
So then basically there could be some problem here. Even though if you compare the data, you can see the data are within the normal range, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But here I could found this has a peak. Everything is basically going down, but this is a peak. And here also there is another peak. If the line would be something like this, if the line is something like this, let me draw the how can I do that? Hmm. How can we add? Where is this add element? Let me add a timeline, linear. Okay. So can you see the linear chart?
Yes, sir.
So what exactly this is telling us? What we can see? This chart shows the typical trend, right? This chart
Yes.
shows the trend of the intensity, and intensity is basically downward trend is there. So when this line has been drawn, I could see this is a peak. That means there could be some problem, and this is also again another fall, sharp fall. There could be problem, but eventually I can find there is a trend line. This is called trend line. So this trend line is there, but anything that is outside the trend line is my outlier. So I have problem, I might have problem here, or I might have problem there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are some technique that can be used by the people who are working with this system, and can provide some guideline to the users regarding the error and handling the error. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these kind of things might be required for your report as well. Report generation should be done in this way, which was missing. And the checking should have something like this, some technique like this. Based on this technique, they should be able to flag the data entry point where there is a chance of error. But later on, I can justify. Later on, we can justify. For an example, we found on sixth year, the energy intensity is not that low. The reason behind it might happen, this 90 unit of very high quality of product. That's why the production, it consume more energy, but production was small amount. So then basically we might think of organizing this amount into some standard amount, so that typical normal workload should be compared with any other specific workload. So let's say if I need to make one shirt with one stitch, the cost is 1 taka. If I need to make one shirt with 2 stitch, the cost will be 2 taka. So definitely the shirt that will have 2 stitch will be consuming more electricity. So this is equivalent to producing how many shirt? 2 shirt with 1 stitch. So in this way we can basically convert the product type with different other type, with a standard product type. So that this is basically area that we need to discuss for product mix. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
So later on, then the user will check whether the data were correct or not, and then they will provide another report, right?
Exactly. That means the system should be smart enough to help user to understand is there any error or not, because user with the MTI, it would be very difficult to understand there is any error with the data or not, because data is not talking to us, right? But when data is depicted in form of picture, then it is giving us some value. So whenever data is entered, and on the back side, if the user can do all those manipulation and calculation and can trigger the value points where there is any irregularities, it would be easier for the user to go through those points that has been raised by the system.
Okay, sir.
I think we have given you lots of problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I hope we have spent a long time, which I didn't expect. So can we stop our discussion here? Because if
Yes.
I keep on going, you won't be able to complete your software on time. Okay, so is it done, this session?
Sir, can I access আগের ক্লাস রেকর্ডিংস? আমি তো
Yes, you should be able to access. If you ask anyone, they can give you the link, and this link is shareable link for any student of IUB.
ওকে স্যার।
স্যার আমাদের যে এক্সিস্টিং সিস্টেমের প্রবলেমগুলো ফাইন্ড আউট করতে হবে, ওগুলো কি নিজেদেরকে প্রবলেমগুলো মানে ফাইন্ড আউট করে তারপর অ্যানালাইসিস করতে হবে?
এখন কি আর আপনার নিজেদের কোনো কাজ রইল? আমি তো সব বলেই দিলাম।
ওকে স্যার।
But yes, that is your task. You should be able to find out the problems and then analyze the reason for the problem and finally provide a solution for the problem and change the rich picture 6-element analysis process diagram based on the proposed changes you want to have on the system so that the problems are addressed.
স্যার আমাদের তো অনলি চ্যাপ্টার 2 এর উপরেই রিপোর্ট 1 রেডি করতে হবে, রাইট?
জি, correct.
স্যার একটা কোশ্চেন ছিল স্যার, আপনার রিপোর্টের টেমপ্লেটে কিন্তু বলা ছিল যে ইন্ট্রোডাকশন, তারপরে স্যার আপনার প্রজেক্টের গোলগুলা কি বা রিভিউ কি এগুলা নিয়ে লিখতে হবে, ওইগুলা স্যার আমরা দেবো না?
আমার মনে হয় ওগুলা আমাদের চ্যাপ্টার 2 শুধু বলা আছে না?
জি স্যার, চ্যাপ্টার 2 বলা ছিল স্যার, প্লাস চ্যাপ্টার 1 এর পার্টটা কি আমরা দিব?
না, চ্যাপ্টার 1টা
বলা আছে স্যার। ওই যে প্রজেক্ট গাইডলাইন যে কোর্স আউটলাইন যেটা আছে ওখানে স্যার ল্যাবের জন্য যেটা ওখানে লেখা আছে যে চ্যাপ্টার 2 অনলি।
চ্যাপ্টার 1টা আপনারা লিখেন, সেটা আপনি যখন পুরো রিপোর্টটা দিবেন, when you will be submitting your final report, at that time that would be required.
ওকে স্যার।
Okay guys, so let us go to the next session. We have approximately 20 minutes. I will try my best to complete it in 15 minutes, as much as we can cover. Let me proceed with the next flow, next part. So today we are introducing the concept of entity relationship diagram. So this part is, after analysis, we will go to this part. This is known as designing phase. We are in the designing phase. So entity relationship diagram, in short, it is known as ERD. Okay, so ERD is important because we want to understand the data structure. So data structure or the characteristics of the data is represented by ER diagram of the system. Now, how to draw the ER diagram? As we have mentioned, ER diagram consists of two things. One is entity, another is relationship. So what is entity? Entity is something for whom we want to store the data for. entity is something for which we want to store the data for. So if we want to store some data regarding something, that might be our entity. So entity could be, here as you can see, a business area using entities for categorizing the data, and the relationship is basically association in between the entities. So entity is nothing but something belong to the business area and which has, for which we are storing the information, and relationship is the association between the entities. Now let me mention about one business case where I am saying students are registering for courses. One student can take many courses. In a single course we can have many students. So what we can say about entity and relationship, we can see, if you want to have a system to store this information, definitely you need to store information of the courses. Yes or no? Yes,
Yes, sir.
right. At the same time, you need to store information of the students.
Student.
Very good. So student and courses would be my relation, right?
Yes, sir.
Honey. Student and courses would be my,
Sir, entity.
very good, would be your entity. Student and relation, student and course should be your relation, should be your entity. And what would be the relationship? Is there a relationship between student and course?
Number of students enrolled in the course.
Registration.
No, the relationship is how these two are related. How can you relate these two?
So the number of students enrolled in a course?
That means you are saying enrollment
Yes, sir.
or registration or student taking course, takes. So these are all relationship. That means any verb that can associate two entities should be known as relationship. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So this is an example. Here I can see we have supplier, we have shipment, we have item, we have customer, we have order, and we have product. We can see supplier can supply items, items can be shipped through shipment, supplier can send by shipment. Okay, here we can see customer submits order, order has or contain products, products are used in item. Is it okay? So the rectangle boxes are my, what are the
Row.
rectangle boxes?
Entities, sir. Entities.
Entity
Entities.
type. So here you can see the rectangle box is your entity type, and this line between the entities are my relationship. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is all you need to understand for ER diagram. You need to find the entity and you need to find the relationship. So going in detail of entity, entity could be a person, a place, object, or event, or even a concept in the user environment for which the organization wish to maintain the data for. So for which I need to maintain data would be known as my entity. Okay. So entity could be of two types. One is strong entity, another is weak entity. Strong entity, that means that can represent itself independently without any help. And weak entity is it needs someone help to identify itself. So these are definitions. I am not going in detail of the entity examples. So this is how we denote entity. Strong entity is represented by rectangle box. Double line rectangle box represent weak entity. and rounded rectangle is for associative entity. So these are three types of entities that we can see here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So what would be an entity and what should not be an entity? First of all, any object for which we may have some instance in the database. Now, what is an object? What is an instance? So let me go back to your object-oriented programming class. Do you know what is class and what is object of a class? Can you explain what is a class and what is object of a class?
স্যার ক্লাস ক্লাস হচ্ছে যে কোনো কিছু হতে পারে সাপোজ হিউম্যান একটা ক্লাস হয় তাহলে প্রত্যেকটা পিপল হবে তার অবজেক্ট
Very good, very good. ওই প্রত্যেকটা মানে each and every person of that human class would be known as an object of human class, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, entity is my class. Entity is my class and instance are my objects. Make sense? So let's say I have a class called student. I have a class called student. Then what will be my instance?
Sir, student ID, student name.
No. Nope. Student ID and student name is not instance.
Say student একটা instance.
Student একটা class. I mentioned student is a class. Student class contain lots of attribute, right? A
Yes.
class contain lots of variable like student ID, student name, student age. These are there in the class. Now, if I want to create an object, how can I create an object and what should be the example of an object?
So are you talking about physical attributes or what?
I'm talking about object-oriented programming where you have learned what is a class and what is an object. I'm mentioning, let's say a class is a student is a class. Student class has lots of properties, lots of attributes. These attributes are the class element, member of the class. Maybe they are private elements, private variables are there. So let's say student ID, student name, these are some private variables, okay?
Yes, sir. So if
Now, if I define an object, what would be an object? Can you give me an example of an object for
Sir,
class?
Suppose একটা student.
Sorry,
Yeah.
suppose
Sir, একটা particular student, sir. যেমন sir.
like you.
Yes, sir. Like me.
say
Like
student
you.
name. Say student
Exactly.
can
Sorry?
be, say student, if student is a class, then student name is a instance.
No. Like human is a class, right?
Yes, sir.
Inside the human class, what are the attributes could be there? Can you name some attribute?
No.
You can't name any attribute. Inside one human class, what could be there? Very good. Can I mention name is an instance or name is an object of human? Can I say that?
Yes, sir, we can say that.
Can we? We never can say that. We never can say that. So that is an attribute of the human. So if I need to have a human, as Asiya was mentioning, individual person would be an example of human. Like you are a human. So how can you be a human? Because you have to have all the attributes that is there in the class.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't mean that a particular attribute is an instance. Can an attribute be an instance?
No, sir.
So this is the difference between, this is the same thing in class. Here in database, class is a entity and object is a instance. Now, as I was asking, if student is a class, what is the, if student is an entity, what would be the instance? you have mentioned you, individual student. A particular student is an instance. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If course is an entity, what should be an instance?
Specific course.
Like CSE 303,
Yes,
Database
sir.
Management System, 3-credit course or 4-credit
Yes.
course. This is an instance of
Course.
class.
Class.
Here we will say this is an entity, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means whenever we are having an entity should have multiple instances. It should have many instances. At the same time, it should have multiple attributes. Like for example, human has its name, height, weight. These are the attribute of human. Course has ID, course name, credit. These are some attribute of course. So if I found something, then and found there is no instance, will that be considered as an entity? If an object is found and that object has no instance, can that be considered as an entity?
No, sir.
No, sir. If I found an object which has no attribute, can that be considered as an entity?
No, sir.
I think no, right? Very good. And at the same time, a user of the database for whom you are designing the system will never be an entity. Output report, input form, these won't be considered as an entity. So here this is the last slide that we will discuss. We have a model. Here we can see treasurer is there who is receiving expense report, and expense report is basically summarizing the expenses. Expenses are charged from different accounts, and accounts is managed by the treasurer. Now think very carefully. Who is a treasurer? Treasurer is a one person or multiple person?
So one person.
One person. That means, is there any multiple instances?
No, sir.
No. Then can treasurer be an entity?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Treasurer is also a user, system user, right? They are using the system.
Yes, sir.
So we have found here, this is saying a user of the database system can never be an entity. So we found treasurer will not be an entity. Similarly, expense report, this is a report. As it mentioned previously, any output, input, database of the database, that means report, cannot be considered as an entity. Therefore, expense report, can it be considered as an entity?
No.
The answer is no. Therefore, we come up with a ER diagram that shows as below: account in charged expenses. Account is charged with expenses. The others are not relevant in the system. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from here, in the next class, we will demonstrate, we will complete this lecture, and we will give you some examples, and I hope we will have some exercise for you as well. So next class, that means on Sunday, we will go through the ER diagram, and I hope we will be able to complete ER diagram on the next class. So if you have any question, then basically we can take the question.